Everybody, welcome back. So this is the second part of that acquisition off of Proxy Bid. Now, as I alluded to in that first video, I also got a Haitian Mauser, which I'm super stoked about. Also included in here should be an L1A3 bayonet for my SAR 4800. Now, guys, I have no clue what the bore looks like on this rifle. I will say that, judging from the pictures I saw on the listing of the auction, it looked really nice. I'm hoping it's really nice. We're going to find out. Now, I couldn't tell really good in the photos because the photos are pretty terrible whether or not the bolt actually matched the rifle. I'm hoping it does. But to the best of my knowledge, guys, no one has a video of one of these on YouTube. Not even Ian. Ian, if you're watching, I did see your video, by the way, on that possible Haitian Trials gun that was a CZ. But what we're going to take a look at today is definitely part of the Haitian contract, FN model 24/30. Of course, for those of you that know anything about Mausers, that is a Mauser that's chambered in 30-06. Now, a little tidbit of back history here. I do know there were only 3,500 of these rifles that were produced under that contract and delivered to Haiti, so it's a very small number of Mausers. What we're here today is we're going to take a look at this rifle. We're going to see what I got. Cost me about $800. I hope it's worth it. You guys will find out with me. So without further ado, let's dive off into it. Really need to change the blade out on this. This box cutter is kind of sucking it up. I think I might have opened this from the wrong end. Oh, wow, that thing's really in there. Here we go. And there went the camera, there went the light. Let me pause this for just a second. Sorry about that, guys. Apparently when I removed the rifle from the box, it knocked not only my camera, but also my light over, and mass chaos has ensued. Anyway, let's get that bayonet out of here. I know it's in the bottom. There it is. Let's not knock the light over again. Okay, all right. First off, let's just check out this L1A1 bayonet, just to get it out of the way. This thing looked really nice in the photos. Certainly something that should be nice enough to go with my SAR 4800. And here we are. There's an L1A3. Beautifully painted. I think that is a metal. It feels metal. It might be plastic. Anyway. Oh wow. Guys, that's beautiful. And that looks nice. Looks very nice. I have no complaints with that. Super happy to add that with my SAR 4800. That's cool. But what you're really here for is probably this. Let's dive off into it. Like I said, I thought I saw in the pictures that it might have been mismatched. I'm really not certain. I might regret this, I might not. But there's just not many of these out there. They did have a cool paper in the photos on the auction that told about the history of the Haitian Mausers. I guess some information the auctioneers had gathered. Oh, cool. So they actually included it. Get that tape off there. They actually included it with the rifle. Get that out of the way. Okay, let's get this paper out. Okay, let's see what we got here. Alright, the Haitian second contract, unlike the first, has a handguard that goes all the way to the front band, which we do have. FN 1924 style front band is the same type as VZ24 with a handguard retainer on the top rear. Butt plate is ribbed. Yes, it is. Sights are unique. Rear has a peep sight, and the front has a sight protector copied from the M1 Garand. That is a peep sight. Let's see. It is a one-of-a-kind Mauser. 1,500 on the first contract, 2,000 on the second contract. So this is one of 2,000 rifles with this exact configuration. The first contract had a slightly different variant in terms of the handguard and in terms of the rear sight. So, and the front sight protector. So this is pretty rare in my opinion. All right. So, and then they have an excerpt from Mauser Military Rifles of the World. It says, during the 1930s, as a means of expanding the military's potential, the government contracted for the delivery of an unknown quantity of the standard export FN Model 24/30 short rifles in 30-06. The rifles were held in reserve for use by the 15,000-man voluntaries of de la Sécurité Nationale, a partisan, I'm totally butchering that, I get it, a partisan militia law, only to then to President Papadoc Davalier. Okay. These Model 24/30 short rifles are still being confiscated even as the book is written. Okay, so this is from that book, I'm sorry. The FN Model 24/30 short rifle is fitted with a pistol grip stock without grasping grooves. The upper handguard runs from the front of the receiver ring to the upper front barrel band, or to the upper barrel band. The lower band has a swivel fixed to the bottom and another swivel at the midpoint of the bottom of the buttstock. The bolt handle is straight. Straight. One of these things is not like the other. Let's dive off into it. Alright guys, so what's the most important thing for me? Well, most important thing for me is, one, does the bolt match the receiver, which, judging by the pictures on the auction, it didn't look like it did. And two, what's the condition of the bore? So, alright, let's go ahead and just give you a once-over. You guys can see that right there. I'll make sure and insert photos of that so you can see it up close and personal. Notice that protected front sight. Notice the handguard going all the way to the front band, the upper handguard specifically. Notice rear peep sight. Notice the notch for the 30-06 caliber. Notice the ribbed butt plate. Hold on. Did you guys see that? So this one is serial number 3825. The bolt, serial number 3825. We have a winner. I am. I'm really happy about that. Okay, sorry, let me get back to it. I'm really happy about that. It actually matches. But okay, there's our import stamp. It is from CAI. I did import them. But the bluing looks excellent. There's a little bit of corrosion going on that front sight, but not terrible. I mean, this thing looks awesome. There's no real cartouches to speak of in the stock. There are several dents, dings, things like that. Oh, that's interesting. So the rear sight is marked 30 for 30 caliber for the 30-06, but that bolt is 3825 and that serial is 3825. So all things considered, if the bore is good, then one could reasonably assume that headspace is also good. At least I would think. That's just life according to me. Take it for a grain of salt. Let's check out the bore. Let's remove that bolt off camera because I don't trust YouTube. Alright, so it looks pretty good. Let's check the bore. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, this bore is phenomenal. Alright, picture top left. Tell me if you disagree. I think it looks great, but especially for an old Mauser. But wow, the bolt actually looks, it's typical wear marks on a bolt. You know, nothing fancy, nothing special, but the The bore looks amazing. All right, let's put that back in. And it is, here's the other thing, it is quite smooth. Very smooth. It's got a terrible trigger, but you know, it's a Mauser. Man, that thing is awesome. I am super stoked. So, if you guys didn't catch what I was reading at the beginning, this is one of the second contract that had not only the peep sight, but also had the protected front sight, and also had the upper handguard that goes all the way to the front barrel band, or upper barrel band. So I do know that this is a second contract. At least one would reasonably assume that. Now, also according to this, which is strange, because it says from Mauser Military Rifles of the World that the bowl handle is straight. But in our case, that's not the case. Now, I would venture to say either somebody heated this and bent it, or this is the way it was made. Because this bolt serial matches the receiver. So I don't really know. Ian, if you're watching this, maybe you can help me out with this. Yeah. I don't know enough about Mausers, obviously. So, this is interesting. Because it doesn't quite fit in the category here. But, be that as it may, it's still super rare. One of 3,500 of this particular type. Well, not particular type, but for the Haitian government. Very odd. If you guys know more about this, let me know. Or if you guys have one like this, let me know. Because this is an oddity. And it's one that I don't know much about. Of course I have a Brazilian Mauser. Of course I have a Colombian Mauser. Of course I have my Israeli Mausers. I have my Chilean Mauser. Chilean? Peruvian. I think it's Chilean. I don't remember. Anyway, I got a video somewhere. But this one's weird. And I don't know much about them. Obviously the book is telling me, or at least the reference to the book is telling me something different. So I'm at a loss. But anyway, really cool Mauser. Of course, chambered in 30-06. Yeah. Really stoked to add this to my collection, especially with such a nice bore. Man, that is crazy. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you have one of these. Let me know about your experiences. Let me know about your bowl handles. If you got a straight one or a curved one or whatever, bent. Whether or not they match, obviously. And the condition. Most of these that I've seen usually have a lot of pitting going on the receiver and other places. I mean, let's face it, it's a hot, humid environment. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys today. As always, don't forget to exhaust all your efforts when you go to look for things like this, especially on the aforementioned places. So, yeah, if you guys are looking in the market for something cool and unique and rare, there's places to find them. But anyway, as always, guys, thank you in advance for my subscribers. Thank you guys for all your likes, your shares, your comments. And until next time, you guys have a great day.